Hello everybody, welcome to JD's Journeys. My name is JD and today we're going to look at another country in the Read the World project. So our next country is Albania. Now, Albania is actually very difficult to research. There's really only one author that's very well known who has books published in English, and that is Ismail Kadare. So what I'm going to do is look at his top 4 most popular books on Goodreads. First up is Chronicle in Stone. So masterful in its simplicity, Chronicle in Stone is a touching coming-of-age story and a testament to the perseverance of the human spirit. Surrounded by the magic of beautiful women in literature, a boy must endure the deprivations of war as he suffers the hardships of growing up. His sleepy country has just thrown off centuries of tyranny, but new waves of domination inundate his city. Through the boy's eyes, we see the terrors of World War II as he witnesses fascist invasions, Allied bombings, partisan infighting, and the many faces of human cruelty, as well as the simple pleasures of life. That's only part of the blurb here, but touching? It sounds kind of heavy. The next book by Ismail Kadare is Broken April. From the moment that Jorg's brother is killed by a neighbor, his own life is forfeit. For the Code of Kanun requires Jorg to kill his brother's murderer and then in turn be hunted down. After shooting his brother's killer, young Jorg is entitled to 30 days grace, not enough to see out the month of April. Then a visiting honeymoon couple cross the path of the fugitive. The bride's heart goes out to Jorg, and even these civilized strangers from the city risk becoming embroiled in the fatal mechanism of vendetta. Ooh, that sounds interesting, possibly exciting. The next book by Kadare is The General of the Dead Army. This is the story of an Italian general accompanied by his chaplain, charged with the mission of scouring Albania in search of the bones of their fallen countrymen, killed 20 years earlier during World War II. Not much information, but this sounds pretty grim. And finally, it's The Palace of Dreams. This book is actually in my TBR list, so you'll see, it's for a good reason. Ismail Kadare once called The Palace of Dreams the most courageous book I have written. In literary terms, it is perhaps the best. When it was first published in the author's native country, it was immediately banned, and for good reason. The novel revolves around a secret ministry whose task is not just to spy on its citizens, but to collect and interpret their dreams. An entire nation's unconscious is thus tapped and meticulously laid bare in the form of images and symbols of the dreaming mind. The concert is Kadare's most complete and devastating portrayal of totalitarian rule and mentality. Set in the period when the alliance between Mao's China and Hoxha's Albania was going sour, this brilliant novel depicts a world so sheltered and monotonous that political ruptures and diplomatic crises are what make life exciting. Now this sounds interesting. I did find one other author who has a book that's published in English that has at least a few ratings on Goodreads. There really aren't that many. This is a book by Ornella Vorpsi, and it's a long title. It's called The Country Where No One Ever Dies. So, a young girl's father is constantly forcing her to kiss him, and her aunt predicts that she will grow up to be a whore. With Albania's communist regime crumbling around them, sex, dictatorship, and death are inescapable subjects for the girl and her family. Though the protagonist of The Country Where No One Ever Dies always confronts the ridiculousness of her often brutal reality with unflappable irony and a peculiar kind of common sense. Her name and age changing from moment to moment, she is an unforgettable portrait of the imagination under siege. While The Country Where No One Ever Dies is itself a one-of-a-kind atlas to a land where black comedy is simply a way of life. I'm not sure how to take this. So, I need your help. If you've read any of these books, let me know what you thought in the comment section below. And if there are any other books that you would recommend from Albania, please let me know. If you would like to see the entire playlist, please click right here, and it'll take you to the playlist. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe. Thank you for going on this journey around the world of literature. See you in the next video. Hello everybody, welcome to JD's Journeys. My name is JD and today we're moving on to another country for the Read the Book Challenge. Hello? Read the book. Read the book challenge, yeah. And finally, it's The Palace of Dreams. Now, this book is actually in my TBR read with Albania's communist regime. If you would like to see the entire play,